niece can die at any moment. I know that talking about this topic is very sensitive, and speaking of death, usually here on YouTube gets you demonetized or not very much well published, but I'm scared. I had a long conversation with my sister, a long conversation with my mother, and she's in the hospital, my niece. Every other thing going on in my life feels very small compared to this. Feels very small, very futile. Of course, even though she fired me from my family's company, I didn't abandon her or her daughter. I let her eat my dinner, the snack that I brought, and my lunch of the next day, as I went there to spend the whole night there. And I just bought like a cookie from the vending machine, and that's what fed me for the following 12 hours. I think so. No, over 12 hours that I was there. But I don't care. I felt bad, but it was like comparison, like her daughter is dying. I'm not gonna fucking complain about food. And then I went home. Of course, my mother's kind of collapsing at work because both me and my sister are out of work, and she's kind of having to deal with everything on her own, as well as managing her emotions of having her son and daughter fighting constantly. I mean, not constantly, but at odds with each other and not talking to each other. But also her granddaughter on the verge of dying in a hospital bed. There's nothing anyone can do. She's already with the best doctors. She's already taking the strongest medication and it's not working. She's now taking an experimental medication because the other two options, either intubate her or either give her the stronger medication that would end up not letting her breathe, so they would need to intubate her. That could lead to death. And not giving the medication could also lead to death. So there's this experimental drug that they're trying. I don't think it's going to work. And I think she's going to die. I'm nervous, I'm sad, but I also kind of knew that someday this day would come. My niece has had cerebral palsy ever since she was 1 year old. When she had when she went into septic shock, spent a very long time without oxygen, without being able to breathe. Thank God she was brought back. But when she returned to like consciousness, she was already like the niece I had met from birth to her first birthday. That one is gone. And then a new niece arrived, this with the cerebral palsy. The doctors said that she wouldn't last a month, a week, a year. And now my niece is 8 years old. And after every birthday, there was this pride of like, yeah, she's proving them wrong. But also knowing that she's not going to improve with time, and all the medication and therapy that we give her is only to make her not worse, and she still got worse with time, slowly, but she lived and grew. And we were even talking about how was it going to be when she got her period and went through puberty. I don't think she's going to. The only reason I'm making this video is because I kind of made the decision to stop talking to myself alone and trying to get myself in front of a camera and talk this out and put this on the YouTube video, just because at least it would be out there. I was removing it from my head. I am not doing this out of sympathy or anything. I just had this to talk, and that's all I had to say. So goodbye.